Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
A high-ranking police official is under pressure to resign after allegations that he had a relationship with a teenage activist while working as an undercover officer. The now Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner for Cambridgeshire, Andy Coles, is accused of grooming the 19-year-old as part of efforts to infiltrate the animal rights movement in the 1990s. She's now planning to sue Scotland Yard. Here's our senior Home Affairs correspondent, Simon Israel.
30 years as a serving police officer got this Tory councillor in Peterborough a prominent role in overseeing a force. Andy Coles was appointed Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner for Cambridgeshire last July. His CV impressed, his experience valued.
I don't know very many other people that have the level of experience I've had within policing and can bring it to an oversight role.
Yet some of his police past involved covert operations, and now disparate features have come together to reignite the scandal of undercover officers and intimate relations with activists they were spying on. The new accusation is that the Deputy Commissioner was also one of them, and part of an elite Metropolitan Police unit known as the Special Demonstration Squad back in the 90s. This photo is allegedly of him undercover, using the names Andy Davey or Andy Van, and taken when he had allegedly duped a 19-year-old animal rights campaigner into a sexual relationship in order to infiltrate the movement.
I think I was targeted by him because I was younger than the others and because I think I was vulnerable. I feel like I was groomed, like I was targeted by him. It was a deliberate thing. I think I couldn't... I'm sorry, I've got to stop.
Jessica is not her real name, and we have agreed not to show her face or reveal her identity. It's 24 years since her relationship ended with the man she knew as Andy Davey. She says she now knows who he really is.
I think it's shocking that he's gone on after what he did to me, that he's gone on to be such a public figure, as though he didn't think this was ever going to come out, or that he just not care.
The trail that led to Andy Coles was followed by the Undercover research group. But it started with his brother's memoirs, where Reverend Richard Coles, a BBC radio presenter, described his brother's vocation.
My older brother Andy brought his own drama with him. He had joined Special Branch and was undercover, living a double life.
That didn't go unnoticed by one former animal rights activist who'd spent much time living alongside Andy Davey in the 90s.
So that's the first time Andy Coles as a name came up?
It was, yes.
From that book?
From his brother, his older brother, yeah, putting it in his biography.
It wasn't just the book. Paul Gravitt, on the left of this photo, had in the past campaigned alongside other undercover officers who have since been exposed, such as Bob Lambert, seen here on the right.
I first found out, or came to the conclusion about Andy, as long ago as like about 2012, because by then we knew that Bob Lambert had been a spy and what he'd done. And so by piecing together how he acted in that group, the tradecraft of the Special Demonstration Squad, I was able to pinpoint successors.
Part of the police tradecraft back then was to establish intimate relationships, which in some cases led to the fathering of children with the unsuspecting partners. Other activists described Jessica and Andy, seen here among Hunt's saboteurs at a meet, as having a loving and intimate relationship. But she says she was told many lies, including his age.
Why do you say you feel as if you were groomed?
Because I was 19 at the time, he was 32, married and a police officer. So I would never ever have given my consent if I had known.
4 former activists have told Channel 4 News that they too are convinced Andy Coles was Andy Davey. Lawyers for Jessica today have written to Scotland Yard as the first step towards legal action, alleging assault, deceit, misfeasance in public office and negligence. The Met has so far apologised to 8 women and paid out significant amounts in compensation for the conduct of other undercover officers. In Jessica's case, her allegations are also directed against someone who has become a very public figure. We have made many attempts to contact Councillor Andy Coles for a response, but he hasn't replied. We approached the office for the Police and Crime Commissioner in Cambridgeshire for a response. They said, "We are unable to comment on any issues relating to the information which you have provided us, which purports to relate to a member of the OPCC team."
This needs to be put squarely at his feet, not mine. I didn't do anything wrong.
If you met him, what would you say?
How could you do it? How could you do it? How could you do it? I trusted you. I trusted you.
In the background at the time was violent action carried out by militant elements of the animal rights movements, letter bombs, fire bombs, criminal damage, the targeting of Boots for its vivisection laboratories. None of that, she says, involved her. And now she wants to see the man she says more than just deceived her step down from public office.
Sam in Israel reporting there.
I've been getting away